Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunadhaya Nathaya Sitayam Pataye Namaha. Sri Rama Rama Raghunandana Rama Rama Sri Rama Rama Bharatagraja Rama Rama Sri Rama Rama Ranakarkasha Rama Rama Sri Rama Sharanam Sri Rama Rama Sharanam Bhava Rama Rama Sri Ramachandra Charano Manasa Smarami Sri Ramachandra Charano Vachasa Granami Sri Ramachandra Charano Sirasa Namami Sri Ramachandra Charano Sharanam Prapadye Mata Ramo Matpita Ramachandra Swami Ramo Matsaka Ramachandra Sarvam Me Ramachandro Dayalu Nanyam Jane Naivana Jane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manurame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane. With the blessings of Lord Ram, let's enter into today's meditation session for the upcoming festival of Sri Ram Navami on 10th of April. We were dwelling in the pastimes of Ram in the last days in the subject of Navavida Bhakti, and as part of that we covered Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And today, we will take the next limb of devotional process. Just as Prahlad Maharaj said, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. And in the similar lines, we take to in Ramakatha. It is Shrutautu Hanuman Valmikabhau Kirtana Sita Samsmarane Tataiva Bharata Shri Pada. So Shri Paduka Sevane. So we are talking about Bharat. Like yesterday, to speak about great personalities, I do not have qualification to even take the name of such great personalities and what to speak about their glories. But I seek a humble position and seek the blessings of the Lord to forgive for any kind of offenses in this process. My main interest and goal is to ignite some fraction amount of devotion in all of us so that we can remember Ram Katha and be blessed. So as we know, Rama, we have this Nama Ramayana. So where the whole Ramayana is said in the name. There is this Bharata Arpita Nijapaduka Rama Rama. So in that we come across this important point that Bharat. We know that when these four divine sons of Dasharath were born on the 11th day, the Raja Purohit has named a child as Bharat. And what he was saying Bharat Raja Bharanat Bivarti iti Bharat. And let's understand what does that mean. So in those days, the great rishis had the power to see what is the character and what kind of deeds such a child who is born can perform. And here it was said about Bharat. Bharata, it's about Rajya Bharanath. So when we understand from the words of Valmiki Muni, we understand that everything that has to happen happened in the absence of Bharat. We know to appreciate this that Bharat was completely absorbed in this Pada Sevanam. We need to understand what has happened in the Ram Katha in the past times. When we go back to Ayodhya Kand, in the Ayodhya Kand of Valmiki, we come across that some things happened very quickly that no one expected. Yeah, because it was not expected that Bharat and Shatrugna were not in Ayodhya, and it was unexpected that Dasharad, King Dasharad, who was very popular as a king who accomplished many great deeds, and he had strange dreams, bad omens, and then he was thinking, before something happens, let me coronate uh, Ram as the king. And then at that time, yeah, Bharat was not there. Because of the uh, urgency that Dasharath saw, he brought this proposal in the court, royal assembly of Ayodhya, in front of the people of Ayodhya, and everyone were very one-pointed, one voice. They all embraced and welcomed the idea of Dasharath that, yeah, the next king, yeah, Ram should be coronated. Everyone liked, because there was no one in Ayodhya who didn't like Ram. So much so that there was one who was so much uh, um, could not bear such attraction for one person. How can one person command such great attraction? So then this hunchback lady, Manthara, what she did was she plotted some, and she poisoned the mind of Kaikeyi, and we know what happened because of that. The moments where Dasharath used to enjoy in the palace of Kaikeyi, who came, yeah, after a long day, and he was eager. The next day will be the coronation of Lord Ram. So he came and he saw what has happened. Yeah, everything was strange. He never saw such thing happening. And finally, Kaikeyi um, strictly followed, strictly followed what Manthara has plotted, and then everything happened. What then? Kaikeyi achieved what she wanted, and then Ram, Lakshman, and Sita left to the forest. They left to the forest, and King Dasharath left to the heaven. Yeah. And then comes Bharat, and he was totally disturbed. Yeah, he was totally disturbed to see what has happened, because he was thinking, huh? And then he straight away went to Kaikeyi. And yeah, Kaikeyi was saying, I have, you know what, I have done a great thing. And then Bharat, after knowing one by one what Kaikeyi was saying, he he became very, very angry. And he started saying, huh? He started saying that after, yeah, um, his father is no more. Yeah. So he started saying, my father as well as my brother. Hmm? My brother is as exactly, who's exactly like my father. He is very caretaking like my father. Both are not there. What is the use of this kingdom for me now? Uh, and he was lamenting. Uh, and what is the use of you making such an arrangement? Uh, by what you have done, making Dasharath to die and turning Ram to become Vanvas, yeah, so becoming ascetic, who had tied a matted hair, yeah, or sending to the forest in that dress, yeah. You brought one calamity after another, just like sprinkling salt on a wound. Huh? You came for destruction of our race. Huh? So he started, yeah, he started very, very bluntly and openly started talking to his own mother. He started saying, "You came for destruction of our race. You know what is our race? Our dynasty is well known. Uh, um, You came and you have destroyed our race, just like night is night of destruction comes at the end of the world, yeah, when everything is going to be doomed. My father could not be aware of his embracing you. He didn't know that he was embracing burning charcoal to his heart. Hmm. So you caused death of my father. Hmm. And um, yeah, who will do that? One who is made. Yeah. So if someone is very chaste wife or chaste woman, chaste lady, she wouldn't have done this. In this race, because of your ignorance, there is no more happiness. My father, who was wise to his promise, he was true to his promise, and very, very famous, not only here in all worlds, is now dead. And why? Because of you. So he kept on chastising. He was just couldn't control himself. Why did you kill my father? Hmm? He was always a dharmic. Yeah? He was always looking to establish, to maintain religious righteousness. Why did you do this? Why did you send? Why did you send Ram to the forest? What did you want to achieve by doing it? Huh? Hmm? You know how much pathetic, how much terrible it is for Kausalya and Sumitra to uh, to go through such a situation where their sons left. Yeah. What about Kausalya and Sumitra? Yeah. Don't you know how Ram loved you like his own mother? Yeah. So in that way, he starts saying, uh, because of what you have done, mm, I have to hold on my head down because of this. Mm. I think it's not known to you, you greedy woman, about my devotion towards Ram. It is exactly so. What you have done is you didn't know that I have, there is nothing superior than my devotion for Lord Ram, for my brother Ram. So, uh, so, and how do you expect that I can rule the kingdom alone? Huh? What strength do you think I have when my brothers are gone? Yeah, with what strength I will be ruling? So, um, without the lions among men like Ram and Lakshman, who are not next to me, who are not in my proximity, how can I rule? Hmm? So, on how did you think that I can manage this such, big responsibility? Uh, what stamina do I have? I sustain this whole kingship that you are going to give on my head. What stamina I will have? Or even let's say if I have strength. Of course, Bharat has strength. It's not that, but he is so humble that he is saying, "What you have done is not very thoroughly thought through." Yeah. So even if I have strength, can be brought into existence in by following certain methods or by strength of intelligence, I will not allow you, hmm, to fulfill your desire. It is your desire. It is not my desire to become the king. Even if I have the caliber, even if I can achieve by getting the physical strength, by getting the intelligence, by whatever means I can get it, because nothing is impossible. Yeah. But nevertheless, I will ensure that your desire will not be fulfilled. Yeah. So in that way, he kept on saying that, um, um, don't you know this, that uh, who should become the king? Don't you know? Yeah, in any administrative affairs, it is the eldest son becomes the next king. Yeah, so the eldest of all in this race should be indeed anointed with the kingship. Yeah, so the rest of his brothers, what they do, they serve the elder brother in the administrative affairs. It's not something special, but it's very normal. Hmm? I feel that you're not catching even this basic understanding of or basic rules relating to rule or kingship. Hmm? According to the administration of kings, the eldest son always indeed gets inaugurated in kingdom. This procedure is similar to all kings, and it is also especially very carefully followed in Ikshvaku dynasty. Uh, so, whatever that reputation that Ikshvaku race had, you just have broken it. Hmm? So, every even kings belonging to your ancestry, Ashwapati, even in your own uh, lineage, they would not appreciate what you have done. Hmm? They would just how did such a stupidity come to your mind? Hmm? I will never fulfill your desire. Why? Because it is a criminal act which will cause even an end of my life. Yeah. So he's saying, how can you think that I can survive without yeah father? Yeah. First of all, that itself is a shock. Yeah. After coming, he thought he went for a vacation, but yeah, after coming back, everything is upside down. His father is no more. But more than that, is more painful to see that what his mother has undertaken. mm, and for what, on whose name? She wanted Bharat to become the king. Whatever, if she would have done only for her, yeah, I want to become the queen, I want to become the head of everything, that's a different thing. You have plotted something on my behalf for me, but I don't have any interest in it now itself. At the cause of your dislike. He's saying, I will go to the forest and I will bring Ram and I will establish him again. Bringing back Ram with very firm mind. I am going now. I will become a servant of him. Yeah, don't never think that I can become a king. I will install him as the king and I will become his servant. Hmm? So saying so, I mean, he took a small break because he couldn't hold himself of what has happened, what injustice has happened to Ikshvaku dynasty, and because of his mother, it's even more unbearable. And then he's saying, "Oh, you cruel and evil-minded woman!" He said, "Get lost from this kingdom." The plane is next level. He's enraged so much that he's not even talking as his mother. He's just saying, "Hey, you lady, you have um, get lost from this kingdom." Why? Because you have abandoned dharma. You didn't follow any dharma anymore. Remain lamenting about me, who will die soon. He's saying, I will not survive. Maybe you may survive, but just keep lamenting, just because of what you have done. What harm did King Dashrath or Ram have done to you so harshly that Dashrath's death and Ram excel have occurred at same time? Uh, it is it is like yeah, it is like adding salt to the wound. But not only that, by pushing a needle to already painful wound which is already having salt. Yeah, I mean, anyway, that's how Valmiki ji is telling the feelings of Bharat. Yeah, and he's saying, you got the sin of killing an embryo because of destruction of this race, because that's what you did. So he's saying, go to hell. Uh, do not get the residence in the same heaven as your husband. He's saying, anyway, you will not qualified because my father, he is well qualified to be positioned in the heaven where Brahma resides. Of many heavens, my father will reside in that. Mm, don't go there. Again, that also will become heaven, hell for him. Huh? You have done this terrific act and committed such a great sin. Where you will go? You will go to hell. Mm, mm. And then uh, he said, my father died and Ram is in the forest. Because of you, you got me ill fame. in this world of everyone is thinking that I am the person. Yeah. So this, though in appearance you are my mother, but actually you have handled the situation very inimically. That as if like if an enemy will do. Yeah. Just acting nicely and then finding a time and then chopping the head like that. So you are a cruel woman, greedy of kingdom. With your evil conduct, you killed your husband. I shall never speak to you. Uh, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and my mother, other mothers are engrossed in great misfortune because of you. Mm. My dearmost, yeah, my life you have sent to the forest in the form of Ram. Uh, and because my father, in separation, in grief of lost sons, uh, he left. He went to the heaven. Uh, I don't think you are daughter of Ashwapati, who is a very sensible king, who is a very noble king. You were born there as a demoness to destroy the house of my father. So I have, I have been abandoned by brothers, and all the people dislike me now. Oh, what has happened? Uh, so he fainted. He came. He 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 was thinking for him the world has become dark, pitch dark, that he couldn't see anything anymore. There is nothing left which is auspicious, which is righteous, that is happening in his life. And more um, ridiculous thing in his life was that it's nothing he did, but someone else did, and he is bearing that. A son is most beloved to his mother as he is born from the primary and secondary limb of her body. Yeah. Anyway, those are the details. Yeah. So here there is also Valmiki ji gives an example of a Kamadhenu cow and her sons who are going through great labor of exercise, and due to which they were very weak and tired. Seeing them, uh, Kamadhenu is weeping, and the tears of this cow fell on Indra, and then he was asking, "What has happened?" And then he said, "I'll set everything right." Yeah. So a mother is so affectionate towards children, but what kind of mother you are? Mm. So, um, as for you, enter the fire, or you yourself go to the forest of Dandak, or fasten a rope around your neck. There is no other recourse for you. After Ram abstains his native land, I will even become, um, yeah, with my sins duly washed away. What I will do, I will simply go and bring back Ram, and then with that I can at least hope for purifying whatever sins are committed on my name. But for you, what you have done, there is no other way. So either you hang yourself, or whether you go to the forest or enter fire. That is the only way. Way for you. Yeah. So in that way, Bharat was very angry. He fell on the ground. Um, this gives an understanding of what it means, Ram for Bharat. Yeah. But what others can know, yeah, not everyone knows this. Not everyone knows this, that Bharat is of such a great noble character. Yeah, they know, everyone, all the citizens of Ayodhya very well know these four brothers are very good conduct. Yeah, Shatrugna, Bharat, Ram, and Lakshman. They are very good noble. Uh, but what happens? All that identity crisis came just because of Kaikeyi. What happened now? Everyone, everyone were thinking Bharat. Bharat had his interest. Because of Bharat only this everything is happening. That is even more unbearable. Yeah. It is something like, um, someone is blaming us for nothing we have done. Hmm? So how painful it is to carry such a blame for not being done, for not doing anything, but still if everyone is, yeah, all the citizens, they were thinking, they were only because they had so much affection for Ram, and they were all already prepared in their mind that it's a celebration in their life, not one day of coronation, but it's a celebration for their entire life, because Ram is ruling the kingdom of Ayodhya, and then everything will be Sasya Shamalam, everything will be flourishing. Yeah? And that was the hope, and that hope was broken. And then whom to be blamed? Yeah, the mother and the son. The mother, and that too why? Because mother had plans for her son. And then when Bharat said, I will not stay in this palace, in this bower anymore, I want to leave, I want to just immediately go and uh, um, see, I want to go and console Kausalya. Hmm? After coming to his senses, he said, I never desired for kingdom, nor consulted about this matter with even my mother. Yeah, when all the ministers were there, he was just telling this. But who will accept? Who will believe in this? Yeah, when Bharat was telling, I have nothing to do with this. In the midst of all the ministers. Yeah, so yeah. I was not aware of this proposed coronation. I was somewhere else, and by the time I came, all these things happened. Huh? And then Bharat finally he entered into the palace of Kausalya, and when he saw, he was completely afflicted with grief to see the 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 weak, uh, emaciated body of Kausalya. Uh, so uh, then Kausalya, yeah, when she saw Bharat, yeah, so she was saying, "Hey, okay." She was already in very sorrow, and she said, "You who have a desire for kingdom have got this invincible kingdom now." So she already started, yeah, because Kausalya, Queen Kausalya was thinking it's also Bharat's hand in this. Yeah, she was already disturbed. She was already disturbed because of lost husband, and also that at this time when the husband is not there, even the son is not there. Uh, now she was only sharing herself with Sumitra. Yeah, in that time, and yeah, when Bharat came, he couldn't hold himself seeing the condition, but Kausalya on top of that, what she did, she said that, hey, who had a desire for kingdom have got this invincible kingdom. Yeah, it's not so easy. Now you got it. Alas, yeah. So by the cruel deeds of Kaikeyi, you got even earlier. Yeah. So she even said that uh, i- otherwise it wouldn't have been so quick to obtain. The ruthless Kaikeyi condemned my son to wear the garments of bark and sent him to dwell in the forest. Hmm? And now what did she get from that? Hmm? And in that way she was, yeah, she broke herself out and she was telling that, huh? And then um, Kausalya said, please tell to your mother that now she is in power. Let she order me to go and stay with my son Ram. Otherwise, you yourself uh, uh, can conduct this order to place me wherever my son is. Uh, um, this vast kingdom with everything, it's all yours. But at least let me go to my son. And in that way, she was telling, because she didn't knew the truth. This is what happens. This is also a very important lesson in our life. If we want to be um, on the path of if we want to walk on the path of dharma, we should hear on both the sides. That was only one side. Yeah, she didn't know about Bharat. She didn't know that Bharat had nothing to do here. It was Kaikeyi. But she took this opportunity and she thought that Bharat also was part of it, and she was blaming and indirectly was saying, huh, you enjoy this kingdom, even I don't need it, better I want to go to my son, arrange, you as a king order me to go. Yeah. And in that way she was telling all harsh words, and Bharat was extremely disturbed. As I said that the comparison given here of his pain was unbearable. Yeah, it was like a salt on the wound and then piercing with the needles, and then he fell unconscious. His mind was going, he was perplexed, and then he rolled and fell down. And then, after coming to his senses, he with his folded hands, he said, oh, oh, noble woman, why do you reproach me? I am sinless. I am sinless. Huh? That I do not know anything what has happened. Yeah, please understand me that I am sinless. It's nothing to do with me. And then he starts going on to tell that whatever sins are possible a person can commit. Yeah, I mean that itself will be a big explanation. Huh? One by one, Bharat is saying, may the person who has counseled this plot of sending Ram to forest, yeah, that person uh, may incur this sin, may incur that sin. And that way he keeps on telling so many, there is no other sins left, that he says, let all these sins go into the person who has counseled such a banish of my noble brother. And after hearing all this, then she understood that Bharat is very noble. Hmm. So he started saying that, and then when after all this, then Kausalya spoke the words to Bharat. Then she said, "Oh my son, my grief is further enhanced now. Did I torture you with my words, not knowing that it was not you who who is the reason for all this calamity in Ikshvaku race? Hmm? By uttering the curses, you have indeed uh, all by that na, so it racked my spirits. Yeah, so fortunately, your mind is very is endowed with nobility. You're very noble person. You uh, and has not spared from dharma. So you have been following dharma. Yeah, you will obtain the world uh, along with Lakshman. So you will be attaining the heavens or whatever the best one can get. So she blessed, but it took some time. So Bharat had to prove his nobility, yeah, that he's a noble. He had nothing to do with this conspiracy. Each and every spot, every place, wherever he went. Why? Because he he was he was going through great pain to see that his brother is in the forest. So while all the citizens, everyone were talking ill about him, were cursing him, he was not worried about it. He wanted to go to the forest and bring Ram back and establish him on the throne. And mm, he is ready to swap with Ram. Yeah, if Ram is saying no, 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 yeah, it is that yeah, we have to fulfill this. Yeah, he said that I will go and stay in the banishment, whatever is. But I want that Ram comes back. Yeah, so in that way, uh, he started arranging. Yeah, he started arranging, and then he wanted to go and counsel with Vasishtha Muni. And Vasishtha Muni, he said, uh, my blessings are with you. Yeah, but before that, first thing what you have to do, yeah, you have to do the last rites of the king. And then Dasharath's body is brought from that oils which were used as preservatives, and then with due formalities, everything, all the rituals were arranged, and then in that way Dasharath was free. Yeah. um, and then He's saying, "Oh king, oh my father, who is supposed to see the welfare and security of Ayodhya, while you have departed for heaven, while Ram has gone, taking a refuge in a forest, what is there left in Ayodhya?" And um, then Vasishtha Muni again spoke to Bharat, and he's saying, "Oh Bharat, without hesitation, carry out the funeral rites, and after that, we can see the next steps, and in that way, uh, um the formalities were fulfilled." And meanwhile, Shatrugna has brought whom? Shatrugna was very, very angry. Shatrugna was very angry because he know who has created all this. It is Manthara. And he hold her very tightly and he brought to this place. But Bharat is so kind. His whole life is being ruined just because of Manthara. But he said, you know what? Among all beings, women are not to be killed. Hence, she is to be forgiven. You know what? Whatever, how much, even I am very angry. Not only you, even I am angry. But if Ram knows, hmm, what if at all, if we kill her or if we at all ill treat her, then he will never forgive us. He will undergo a complete displeasure. Huh? I would have killed this Kaikeyi for what ill mannered that she has done and the sinful woman. But if Ram hears that Mantara has been killed, it is sure that he will cease to talk with us. And do we want that? Do we want to take that risk? No. Huh? And when Shatrugna heard Bharat words, yeah, he felt very guilty and he left Manthara. And then Manthara fell at the feet of Kaikeyi. Huh? And seeing Kaikeyi, no, sorry, seeing Manthara, yeah, um Bharat mother slowly consoled her. Yeah, so because yeah, I mean she is elderly. Yeah, she was her nurse. She was a caretaker right from her childhood, and even coming in Ayodhya, she is caretaker. She consoled. Uh, but then Bharat was strong, strong. He wanted to go and bring back Ram at any cost. So, um, and then he thought now I so he in the royal assembly, uh, Bharat circumambulated all this throne, and then it said it's indeed appropriate to bestow this kingship always to the eldest of our clan. Yeah, in the assembly when everyone were there, he is telling, because he wants to make it very clear that he is not interested in kingdom. He doesn't want to become the king. For him, very important is that his dear brother is with him, and then he want to be only the servant. Yeah. So he's saying, you all ought to not to tell um, us this, but I want to make sure that I shall bring Ram, our elder brother, from the forest, keeping in front all the everyone were there. I shall proceed to the forest for the sake of bringing Ram, and then after consecrating him, then I shall surely bring Ram and then establish him on this throne. I shall not make her, my so-called mother, fulfill her desire. This is also, he says, and I will reside where? I will reside in the forest. Ram will become the king, and I will become the Vanvasi. And then when Bharat said this, then all the people replied, uh, let the gracious goddess of prosperity always be with you. Uh, uh, because what are you speaking is that you want to, you have the desire of giving kingdom to Ram, uh, the eldest son of the king. So in that way, and then everyone, as per your command, let's go on. They started making all the pathways and they wanted to go. Yeah, and then um, Vasishtha Muni, yeah, he requested Bharat to get himself become the king. While everything is happening, what is happening? Because Vasishtha Muni was still, he wanted to make sure, is Bharat really want um, to bring back Ram, or is it like, yeah, is a diplomatic Rajniti or Rajkutniti, something that he is planning? Yeah, that we will come to that later. Yeah. The others also had this doubt. So Vasishtha Muni, what he said is, yeah, after this announcement was over, when Bharat slept, the night is over. Next day morning, there were these musical accompaniments in the bedroom of Bharat, with all this Shahnai and everything to wake up. And while the waking up of a king, there is praising and praying and all those things. And then when this all happened, then Bharat stopped immediately. What is this all happening? And Vasishtha Muni requests Bharat to get himself becoming a king. And Bharat refuses to become king. He wants that only Ram is the right person, and who is really eligible for it is the eldest son of the family. And here, once again, he makes sure that uh, he is not, there is no question of temptation. There is no question of taking over the king, because for him, kingdom is a burden. Why? Because it is especially paid at a price of not having his brother next to him. Hmm? So, so he's saying uh, he resolves to bring back Ram from the forest and orders Sumantra to arrange for vehicles and men for the journey to make the pathway, and whoever, there's a whole entourage that started leaving from Ayodhya. It's there is a very nice description when the whole crowd started going, and how it was, and how the forest started shaking, and how the animals were going in the front, and so much nice description. Yeah, but we come to this place where when this whole Ayodhya started moving into the forest, the first place they came where was through um, this Shringabheri, what is that? Shringabherpur, where Guha lives. Why? Because Sumantra said, yeah, but we don't know where to search Ram and Lakshman, yeah, Sita. So maybe because Ram stayed there, yeah, maybe because he was the one who brought cross Ram over, so he may give us hint. So Bharat was very happy, and then he wanted to go there. And Guha, the king of Nishad tribe, asks his relatives to guard the river bank now, because he started seeing there is a whole flood of people walking towards him. And then Guha is saying to his people that I will go and approach, or yeah, if hmm, with welcome drink of honey, meat, and fish. And he asked Bharat with his army to accept his hospitality. If he is accepting, then it is normal. If not, if he wants to come and kill, want to find Ram and kill him, then he has to cross us. Huh? We will defend to our best ability. Huh? So in that way, Guha planned, and then when he went approach, then he understood that no, 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 really, everyone is coming. It's not only Bharat, yeah, even the mothers are coming. So everyone is coming. So it might be not the right thing to kill, yeah, to attack them. So will Bharat, son of Kaikeyi, bind us with chains? All these things, doubts were gone, and then he welcomed. If Bharat is favorably disposed now towards Ram, then only his army may cross the river of Ganga safely. And with that mind in resolution, he checked it and he proved, and then Guha arranged the food for everyone. He made arrangement for their shelter, and then Guha assured Bharat that he, along with some of his people, uh, follow him as guides, and then can look where Ram and Lakshman they are, to find whereabouts and etc. And then what happened? Very interesting. While these things are happening, uh, in the night when Bharat, yeah, because Bharat was also thinking that everyone should take rest. So that's the reason also why he wanted to halt there. And then this all arrangements are being done. And then Guha came to Bharat, and whether he's asking Bharat, hmm? He's asking whether he has any evil intentions towards Ram. Yeah. So he wants to clarify that. Yeah. He was asking, do you have any plans to kill Ram? And then Bharat is clarifying him. Yeah, why is he going actually? He is going there not to kill, but actually to bring back Ram. Yeah, yeah. So knowing this, understanding the greatness of Bharat, yeah, Guha wept, and then when everyone were sleeping, Bharat was not able to still sleep because he was. How can he sleep when such thing has happened? So at that time, Guha stayed with him all the night. He was discussing where Ram slept, under which tree, how Lakshman is guarding uh, Ram and Sita. How is he providing all the facilities? And next day morning, what they ate, and then um, they have changed their dress. They have matted locked hair, and then understanding all this, then he Bharat said, ah, such a pathetic situation that first of all his brothers are in the forest and then going through this lifestyle. So he resolved, yeah, he said that from now on, yeah, so from now on I will also mm, be um, how can I have a royal uh, clothing? So what I'll do is, and he also started changing, and he also started having matted lock and also having the bark dress, yeah, and yeah, in that way, yeah, and in that way, Bharat next day he finds, and then Guha arranges all the boats so that he can go, um, and yeah, then they come to Bharadwaj Muni ashram. And Bharadwaj Muni asking the same question. Yeah, so he's asking the same question like Bharat, whether he is coming to the forest to do any harm to Ram and Lakshman. And Bharat replies that he is coming to the forest for the purpose of taking back Ram to Ayodhya. To how many people has Bharat has already answered this? How much patience he should have, and how much painful it will be that everyone is blaming him, everyone is doubting him, or everyone is huh, not trusting him. To do a service when everyone is encouraging, that is one thing, but to do a service when everyone is doubting, uh, not only the skill but character, is even very painful. And then Bharadwaj Muni, after knows, then Bharadwaj informs that Ram along with Sita are staying in Chitrakoot mountain. And then Bharat is so happy, and then he circumambulates again Bharadwaj Muni and takes his blessings, and then yeah, informs Ram that Bharat's army is approaching towards Hermitage. Hmm. And then he's going with everyone. Now he know where is Chitrakoot, and then in the Chitrakoot forest everyone is searching here and there. And then Bharat, from very very far, he sees that there is a smoke coming from a corner, and then he thinks that here is the place, maybe Ram and Lakshman Sita are there where they are cooking, huh? or some, yeah, so, and then, yeah, but before Bharat spots where they are, Lakshman from the above, from a tree, he starts seeing when so much sounds are coming, noise and vibrations. So he sees, and then he found, hey, Bharat is coming, Bharat is coming, Bharat is coming with his army. Bharat's army is approaching towards our hermitage. This is what Lakshman is telling to Ram. Huh? And Lakshman is saying, and he is very very angry now. He is saying that uh, that he will kill both Bharat and Kaikeyi together within the army, with the army. He will not leave anyone. He will kill everyone. Hmm? And Ram, he starts pacifying. He starts pacifying Lakshman, because Lakshman is another such brother who cannot tolerate hardships of Ram. Yeah, so much love they had for Ram that Lakshman could not bear that his lord Ram has to leave to the forest, and yeah, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, especially to walk along the thorny bushes, uh, and to live where there are no facilities, no, everything where shift make facilities to be done. Uh, so Lakshman is live witness of what is happening, what kind of hardship that Ram is going through. And every moment he would just recollect what has happened. It's because of Kaikeyi, it's because of Bharat. And now they don't want to leave us happy here. They're coming here to, so now I will not leave. And then Ram had to console Lakshman. He's saying, why will Bharat do that? Huh? Ram is saying, Bharat has so much affection. Uh, yeah, why will he do that? He came to the forest and not to any other, and not with any other motive. And he says, it is for your sake. I am telling. Don't think like that. For your own goodness, I am telling that Bharat is not of that kind. If there be happiness that I could enjoy without Bharat, or without you, or without Shatrugna, maybe that happiness, may that happiness get burnt into ashes. I don't want such happiness where um, uh, you are not happy. Hmm? I think Bharat uh, was back to Ayodhya, yeah, because he knows that when this incident happened, Bharat was not there. Maybe after coming to Ayodhya, uh, with full of affection for his brothers, he is dearer to me than my life. So he came to know I am here, and he hearing of my exile, and I am wearing this matted locks and this antelope skin around me. Uh, he, yeah, maybe he came here in his devotion towards me, and due to distress, the troubles of his mind, he want to come here. Bharat has come to see me. He has nothing to do any other motive. He just want to see, because yeah, it's natural that he has so much affection for me. And after coming to Ayodhya, he wants to see me. Getting angry with Kaikeyi, his mother, and speaking unkind and harsh words to her. Yeah, and Bharat, after getting permission from our others, yeah, this is the proper time for Bharat to come here and see us. So here doesn't behave, or it doesn't look anything strange for me that you have to doubt. Huh? And in that way, and has Bharat at any time did any harm to you or to me in the past? No. So what is the reason for to be apprehensive of Bharat now? Uh, so in that way, um, hmm, in that way, Ram consoled Lakshman. Yeah. And at these words, when Ram spoke, then Lakshman, he felt very ashamed of him. How can he think about his elder brother? Yeah, how he can think of his own brother like that? Yeah, and I think that our father Dashrath came here to see himself. Yeah, I think this is what Ram is saying. I think Dashrath he has come because he he might be feeling very sad to put us in situation, and he want to take us back, or at least maybe he knows that Sita cannot uh, go through such hardships, so he wanted to take her back. Hmm? So in that way, uh, yeah, Ram was telling to Lakshman, yeah, I do not see any other thing other than this. Hmm? So after proceeding from distance, when Bharat, yeah, so he finally found. Uh, Ram gives instructions to Bharat, yeah, because after Bharat found, he saw the dress and the situation where and how Ram is, that gave him extreme pain. And then Ram, while inquiring his well-being, he was giving uh, management seminars of how a king should lead, how a king should rule the kingdom properly, or what is the how an ideal monarch, under the pretext of he was asking questions, but at asking he's saying, hey, are you doing this properly, are you doing that properly, this is how you have to rule as a king. So in that way he was instructing how to be a proper king. And Ram asks Bharat why he has come to the forest. And not only that, why are you also in the same dressing? this antiloxin, and you have abandoned uh, Ayodhya, and then Bharat says that, yeah, Dasharath left to the higher world, yeah, and then requests Ram to take over the kingdom. Yeah, he's saying now, nah, the one who has asked you, he's no more. Yeah, and you are the rightful person because you are the eldest person. Ram says that since King Dashrath allotted two different duties to two different people, we should follow that. Yeah, because Bharat even was telling, if our father wants that his son should go to the forest, I will do that, but you have to come and take over the kingdom. You have to rule the kingdom. And then here Ram says, law of karma doesn't work like that. So there cannot be exchange of karma. So if you are destined to do something, you have to do that. Yeah. If you are asked to stay in the kingdom, become the king, you do that. If I am said to rule the kingdom of forest, yeah, I am ruling here. Of course, I am also Kshatriya. So what I am doing, just like how you are ruling the city, I am ruling this forest. What does it mean? My job is to kill the Rakshasas. Yeah. And how should a man of noble birth, rich in good qualities, dignity, and everything, O Bharat, I do not see the slightest fault in you. You should not reproach your mother for childish action. So whatever has happened is happened. You should not reproach like that. Yeah, and of course, Ram gives also further examples. Yeah, that he should not be so harsh to his mother, Kaikeyi. And then anyway, this goes on and on and on. Yeah, we will now come to this actual part where um, Bharat is very fixed that he wanted to take uh, Ram back to Ayodhya, but Ram understands from where he comes, but at the same time says that it's not, it's the duty. It's the duty that, for my part, shall enjoy the share given to me by our father. He has given. I would say, I would request you not to break his promise, whatever he has given, that you are supposed to rule Ayodhya, and me going to the Dandakaranya forest. Yeah, and then Bharat replies, mm, that no, no, it is the eldest son who has to rule. uh, and yeah, in that way the discussion goes, and then even Vasishta Muni comes and Jabali Muni comes, and he says, what is punya, what is pap? There is nothing like that. He starts giving a big speech like a atheistic person and a very practical person. And Ram also refutes Jabali Muni. And then afterward, Jabali Muni says, no, 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 I know what is dharma, but just to bring you back to Ayodhya, I was just taking the side of adharma. Yeah, in that way. And Vasishta Muni also starts saying, Ram, Brahma ji has bestowed this ruling of, there is Ikshvaku dynasty, and from that from beginning itself, it is always that the eldest son takes care of the race, and yeah, inherits the kingdom. So you have to. But even when Vasishta Muni says, he also says that yes, I can, but I am bounded by the vow that I have given, yeah, to my father. After that, then I can take over the kingdom. So this debate goes and goes, yeah. So there is never a situation where Bharat was feeling a great relief that, oh, see, after all, I want to give back the kingdom. Now it is my brother who doesn't want it, so let me go and enjoy. Yeah, for him, kingdom was nothing in front of serving his brother. So if we understand from a devotee and the Lord point of view, like yesterday, here we can see whatever may be, yeah, for the pleasure of the Lord, everything is secondary. So it is that the goal is that wherever we are, however we are, whatever circumstances we are, but um, if we have to forego service, If we have to, if we are made redundant, if we are made, what do you call this, defaulter, yeah, that we cannot do service, then uh, we should not take it. Yeah? Just like here, Bharat is very eager to serve his brother at any cost. For that, he is ready to do any kind of hardship. He want to serve his brother. He doesn't want to see him in his difficulties. So, and yeah, anyway, there is a whole, again, a series of discussions goes on. B- um, Ram says Bharat not to mourn for the loss of his father, and all those things happen. And he every time says return to Ayodhya, and Bharat says every time, no, 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 you have to return, not me. uh, and in final thing they agree with one thing is, Bharat says, now I am not going to move anymore. I'll also stay in the forest. Whatever you tell, but unless you come, I will not go. Yeah. Uh, because unless you take the kingdom, I will not go. And then finally, what happens is that, yeah, when after when Bharat is asking or requesting to accept the throne, then um, Ram says, yeah, please give me at least time. Please give me at least the time of this 14 years. Once it is done, I will come and take over. Until then, you rule. And then Bharat says, yeah, no, uh, it is you who is going to rule. It's not me. So um, he says that after this heavy debate that goes on, the sage requests Bharat to accept Ram's words. Yeah. And then finally, he has no one left, no one to support. He is all alone. Then he accepts, and then he said, "For your satisfaction, yeah, I'll do that, but one condition." And Ram replies that Bharat is quite capable of ruling the kingdom. It's not that he's scared. He like he told to Kaikeyi, Ram also confirms, yeah, that Bharat can rule the kingdom. Yeah, and advises Bharat to take counsel from his ministers. Yeah, there are 8 ministers, of which Sumantra is one, Jabali is one. Yeah, so Ram reaffirms that he will never break his father's vow. So that's why he has to take care of the kingdom. And Bharat agrees to Ram's proposal, but he says one request is that uh, sandals. Uh, he want the sandals of Ram, so that he want to install that. He want to serve that. He, in the absence of Ram, he is seeing that the real king is still Ram, and he installs Ram in the Ram's sandal on the throne, and then he is still representative and he is serving his Lord, and he is definitely taking care of all administration. But what is that? He is sorry, he is sacrificing the privileges of a kingdom. Why? Because he said, yeah, when my brother is in this bark clothes, right, in this matted lock, how can I enjoy? So he also took to the same lifestyle for all these years, and that too he even dig uh, um, 2 feet. I don't remember. I think some feet low. Yeah, he was living there. He was eating only roots and fruits. Or I think in Bhagavatam there is description that he ate. Uh, he survived on cow dung, cow urine, like that. Yeah, but he ensured that all the affairs, yeah, of a king, whatever need to be done to be taken care, he was ensuring all these things were happening. Yeah. So he was doing from Nandgram, yeah, and yeah. So in that way, what he did after Ram, and then he also said not only that, he said that, yeah, he says Bharat is taking a vow before Ram that he will enter into the forest if Ram doesn't return after 14 years. Yeah, and immediately after expiry of this term of exile, if you don't come, then you know what? I will die. I will not be there anymore. And then Ram was very much touched and he said, no, no, I will definitely make sure I will come back in time. Yeah. So here we see the devotee is giving a deadline to the Lord. Yeah, he's compelling the Lord to come back. Hmm. And then, yeah, he was serving for for the next 14 years. Uh, Bharat is ruling the kingdom, but the king is Ram. Yeah, as I said, no privileges, but only responsibilities. How many of us want to do that? Huh? We all want more privileges and maybe yeah, one or two responsibility to show that I have responsibility, but to enjoy privileges, just like politicians they do. Um, Bharat was he was totally noble. He was very dedicated to his brother. In um, There is no limit of his love for Lord Ram. And what is the proof? Already we have spoken enough about so many things, but what is the proof? When Mother Sita uh, was released from the captive of Ravan, when everyone got ready, when Pushpak Viman was bringing them, yeah, of course, Ram had arranged couple of halts. One is at in the Kishkinda, one in the Guha, yeah, um, and Haradwaj Muni also, yeah. But what Ram did is he sent Hanuman. Yeah, he sent Hanuman to go ahead. Yeah, to just inform that yeah he is going to come. He want to inform, uh, keep informed Bharat that he is coming. Why? He is saying even if you when you sense that Bharat is feeling displeasure even for a moment, knowing that I am coming back, I don't want the kingdom anymore. I don't want to come because it is causing him displeasure. So let's make sure that my brother is happy. So what he said, Hanuman, you go and inform that I am coming. Give him a signal, and then based on the response, yeah, then I will appear. I will come. And then when Hanuman, with his power, he just jumped and landed there. And then when Bharat came to know about him, about because again, Hanumanji once again explains what has happened right from that moment uh, till now. Yeah, right from the moment Sumantra has left, yeah, them in the forest till now. After knowing everything, Bharat was literally crying, and when he came to know that Ram is coming, there were no limits for his happiness. He was very happy. He was happy and he was announcing, arrange everything. I want to give back the kingdom to Ram. My brother is coming. Make all arrangements for coronation. So he brought the sandals again, and then he went to the end, or you call the um, um, the end of this Ayodhya where Ram is going to come. Yeah, because Hanuman said, yeah, they are on the way, they are coming in through this way. So Hanuman, with everyone, with all the paraphernalia, he went and he put the sandal on the floor when Ram came and he said, now this is yours. I'm handing over the kingdom to you. And then, uh, so he was absolutely serving the lotus feet of Ram for so long, in spite of so many people who were doubting him, so many people who didn't trust him, so many people who have put him into trouble. All these things happened. Still, he had complete dedication in the service of the Lord, in the longing of Lord, because he was saying, "Oh Lakshman, you are so fortunate. You are so fortunate that you are personally serving. Yeah, you are so fortunate that you are seeing what is what is needed, what are the needs of Ram, and you are there and you are seeing. But from far, what Bharat was seeing, he's only having the impression that oh, my Lord is going through a lot of hardships. So what he was doing, he was serving what he was serving. Lakshman was serving in the presence of the Lord. Yeah, a devotee serving the Lord directly. That's one. But Serving the Lord in the absence is very difficult. That is the greatness of Bharat. And then even more great was Shatrughna, because he was not even serving Ram directly or indirectly. He was just serving Bharat. Why? Because Bharat was serving the Lord. So the best of all these servants was Shatrughna, yeah, who was serving. He was not saying, Bharat is serving the Lord or not. That is, I'm not so keen. I want to serve Bharat. Why? Because he is perfect replica. He is perfect representation of an ideal devotee. Dedication for, yeah. He was serving, yeah, the lotus feet of the Lord for so long. That's why he is called what? He is called, yeah, when he was given the name, he was said Bharata, Raja Bharanat Vibharti iti Bharata. That is the meaning. Why? Because he was carrying the burden of the kingdom. Not only the kingdom, but carrying the blame for what he had nothing to do with. That's why he is considered, yeah, Vasishtha Muni says he is considered the best among the noble persons. Okay, I'll stop here. There is still one can keep on speaking about. Yeah, I just still gave only a flash, flash moment of what happened. Yeah, thank you very much for hearing. Then anyone want to add as well from other references or anything want to share?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, for a very nice katha. Prabhuji, I had seen in this Ramanand Sagar TV serial that Vasishtha Muni, Bharat says Vasishtha Muni also that if he insists
Yeah.
Lord Rama to come back, then Lord Rama cannot reject his proposal.
Mhm.
So, is it real? Is really that
Yeah,
happened?
that's
Or
correct. Yeah. I mean, from Valmiki Muni, we see that Vasishtha Muni also indeed was asking. It's not completely wrong. Yeah. What you are saying is that Bharat is eager to take any hand in his support. Yeah. For that matter, he took all, I mean, the queens with him. He took Vasishtha Muni with him. Yeah, whoever can come can support him in this, because he very well know that Ram is very strict on principles. He will not break. So he wanted all supports that can come, and in that case, yeah, even before going to the forest, Vasishtha Muni was saying, okay, yeah, he say, I think if I remember very well, in what you are saying in the Ramanand Sagar version, right? There, Vasishtha Muni says, see, um, in the flow of your love, yeah, everything will be wiped out. All the dharma that even Ram may stick to, right? Even that will be flooded, so that he will, um, mm, he will he will relax, or a kind of he will accept what you want after going there. Yeah, so the mothers try, that doesn't happen, and then Vasishtha Muni says, yeah, so the same what you are saying now, Bharat says, if, oh Guru, because a disciple cannot say no to Guru, right? So in that case, he will accept you, huh? And then when Ram is saying, okay, instruct me, then Vasishtha Muni says, I cannot instruct you, I can only beg you. Huh? Do you remember that? I am only a yachak, I can only yeah, beg you. Because I'm only asked, huh?
yes,
Because
Prabhuji.
it was not on the principle of dharma. How can a teacher ask his son to his disciple to uh, go away on the from the path of dharma? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, and of course in Valmiki Ramayana, yeah, we see that Vasishtha Muni is making a point that at least lawfully, because it is the eldest son who has to take over. Yeah, he says, but when Ram puts forward that yes, I will take. It's not that I'm not taking. It's only that I'm not available now. Yeah. So in
Yes,
that way,
Prabhuji.
Ram is not disobeying his guru. He's only that saying, okay, yeah, please give some time.
So it was not an order from his
No.
guru. He just requested.
Yeah,
Or
he just put forward what is right from that point of view,
Mhm.
from his point of view.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Mhm. Hare Krishna. And I think in the Ramananda Sagar, there is also that it's not Jabali who will come, it's like Janak Maharaj who comes,
And
right?
Prabhuji, you said Jabali Muni. Is he in the minister and Muni as well?
Yeah, I think I have to refer back, but yeah, there are eight ministers in Ayodhya, yeah, who rule. One is Sumantra. I don't remember the names of others. I thought one is Jabali, but I have to check.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
hmm What are other names? There is something Suresh, I think. I'll look. I have in the book. It's mentioned what are the names of the ministers. Each one takes care of each direction. Yes. And Jabali Muni, I mean, as we came across him, so Jabali Muni is the one who is actually not a Brahmin. Yeah, um, he's not a Brahmin. But what happens is then he comes to a guru. I don't remember completely now, but he goes to a guru and then he says, "I want to learn." And then he says, "Okay, but who is your father?" Then he goes to his mother and asks, "Tell me who is my father because so and so um, Guru has asked me." And she says, actually, I am a resident of ashram, so not ashram. What is it called? Satram. Yeah, the place where people keep coming and going, and I don't know who is your father. So Jabali goes back to mm, and then he says, I think it's Parashuram. I think I don't know, but I have to check. So many names, so many themes and topics now. So he says, because you have said the truth, so you are a Brahmana. And that's how, yeah, Jabali Muni is trained. And then, yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji.
yeah. Maybe if someone knows more details, please tell. But this is what I remember. Okay. Yeah, I think Risha Prabhu's hand may be paining. It's up since long.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Prabhuji, regarding Bharat being so angry on his mother, no?
hmm
Yeah.
His mother.
Sometimes I get confused about his and her. So, so
You are in ecstasy then, huh?
why? I mean, of course, I can understand that he was so angry, but because he's also a devotee in this sense. Yeah, I mean, Ram in the end, you said also disapproved his anger, right? That he should have been not so angry on the mother.
hmm
So that is true, right? I mean, if our parents do any mistakes, doesn't mean that we can start shouting on them
hmm
and
Yeah.
start telling them go to hell.
Mm. Yeah, but our situation is different and his situation was different. Why? Because it is about um, the adharma done to the Lord. Yeah. So here, as I said, so we see Bharat is a devotee and Ram is the Lord. Hmm? So and when it comes that Bharat is No, wait a second. What I was saying. So yeah. So here it is that paradharma, yeah, where it is says that how can someone, yeah, if you see when Ram is, how can someone chastise the Lord? How can someone put uh, hardship to the Lord? A devotee will never bear that. Yeah, we know also what happens in case of Hanuman also, right? Yeah, so everyone is eager to fight, yeah, to protect and to win the battle for the Lord. Even that is also violence, isn't it?
True.
Yeah. And now coming, yeah, on one level, this is absolutely right that one should duly respect mother, yeah, and mother and father. That is fine. But what Bharat was doing here is that he wants to show that how can one do such an act against the God, against the Lord. One who is envious of such a envy of Lord, right? Here, what Kaikeyi did, yeah, of course, one may see that it is she did everything for Bharat. No, did she do for Bharat? Hmm?
No.
She didn't do for Bharat, right? She did because she want to be the queen, principal queen. Because Manthara says that okay, if Ram becomes the king, then Kausalya becomes the queen, right? I mean, what do you call the Raja Mata, na? Is it? Yeah. So then all the facilities will be her, and you will become a servant to her. That she couldn't accept. So irrespective of when we are talking within the limits of Varnashram, yeah, if you remember, I asked, oh, you were not there in the Sunday class. So there is Bhagavad Dharma, which is broader, and in that offending the Lord, offending a devotee, yeah, this is a big thing. Yeah, and what Ram is saying is that he is trying uh, for the welfare of Bharat, yeah, because ultimately it shouldn't lead that um, when we are, I mean, when we do not see this as a Ramayana, when we see that as typical scene or a situation in any family, yeah, so one should not scold or chastise or hurt or curse or talk evil or yeah for parents, yeah. So that's why Ram is saying that okay, yeah, he starts making it easy for for Bharat to accept it. Yeah, he starts telling, you know what, she didn't do big thing. She had you know, it is only three people know this, yeah, Ram, Sumantra and Dasharath know this. What is that? That Kaikeyi got a boon. You know what is that boon? Yeah,
Are you asking me?
yeah.
That she can ask three things, or
She can ask two things is everyone knows it.
okay.
But but what happens is that Ashwapati says that yeah, I can give my daughter on one condition, that her son will become the king.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no one knows. Yeah, even you didn't know till now, right? So it was really kept secret.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and that was the reason why Dasharath was in a hurry, because before Bharat comes, he want to get things done.
And
No,
even
so that is,
Kakai was not aware about this, that his father made this
sh-
deal,
sh- she knew, I think.
because otherwise she wasted one of her boon, because this could have, she said, you promised to my father.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was, I mean, whether she knew it or not, I don't remember well. But it was that she, or maybe she forgot. Yeah, she knew it, but she forgot. Hmm? Hmm?
Anyway,
I will check where exactly. I mean, is it also Manthara knew it? But at least I know that only Dasharath and his close friend Sumantra know this. And because Ram, yeah, his Lord, so he also knew this. So that's what, of course, Ram doesn't reveal that. He was just telling about those two boons that he gave, which is well known for everyone, right? And then, and a king, because the Bharat is even chastising Dasharath for what he has done. How can he transgress for just the affection of his wife that he has, the whole dynasty and rest name has come down? He was just speaking. He says, no, 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 that is also justifiable. In that way, Ram was taking a broader perspective and he was in a mood of like, okay, we should not take that so serious. But that is the great magnanimity of the Lord. But the devotee cannot see that a Lord can be, insulted or put into trouble. That is the position of Bharat. So both have done very good job, right? Yeah, Rishabh Prabhu.
yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
And then I have another question, Prabhu. Sri
Mhm.
Ram, Sri Ram went to this war in the end with
Mhm.
Ravana by he was looking for some help like Vanar Sena and all.
Mhm.
Why didn't he simply took also help from Bharat? I mean, his own kingdom from Ayodhya. He wanted to keep it a secret, or what was this? What was the reason?
Yeah. So you remember, right? So the reason why Ram was sent to the forest, you know that? Why there was no army sent with Ram? Because if everything follows him, na, then what is there left for Bharat to rule? That is the reason. Yeah, this is what Mantara says. Because even Kaikeyi is asking why to send Ram to forest. If your goal is that only Bharat becomes the ruler, why to send Ram to forest?
Hmm.
Huh? And again, even further detail is exactly 14 years. You know why? Yeah, in Treta Yuga, if you are not in a place for more than 14 years, after you come back, you cannot claim that is your own property.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's
that is
like
the
we
reason
do
14.
Hmm.
That's why in Dwapar Yuga it became 13 years, and that's why there is 12 years of what is it? Aranyavas and 1 year Ajnatavas. And to surprise, maybe you also know this, in Kali Yuga also we have this, right? If you see in the law books, there is something that if you are not in a place for this long, that property, yeah, whoever stays, it is his. If a person is staying for, I think 10 or 12, I don't remember the exact. If a person is having bills, everything on his name, right? For that many years, it is his property. Unless CPI, CPM comes. But yeah, Rishabh Prabhu.
True, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
also our PR expires if we are not in the country for 6 months.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to go and get a stamp again. Yeah. So many intricacies are there in this small, yeah, or I mean, still it's a big epic, but yeah, when we compare it with Mahabharata, still it's small,
So
but
Bharat was
still a
not
lot.
Bharat was not aware at all about what's happening to Sita and she's captured and everything.
No, no. One who knew was Bharatwaj Muni. Yeah, because after everything happens, when Ram comes back, he's saying, "Hey, I know everything. I'm seeing everything. What is happening?" So Bharatwaj Muni knew it.
Okay. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for asking nice questions. Anyone else? Any questions? Anything about this? Huh? We were discussing about today's topic was Tathaiva Bharata Shri Paduka Seva. So tomorrow will be even more interesting. I think we have heard this, but we will once again hear. It's about Archanam. Yeah, this topic. Yeah. Yeah, and about Pada Sevanam, I mean, it will again take 1 more hour, but I will not take that hour. Please read in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, this 15th chapter, 23, 24 verse, where Prahlad Maharaj is saying, na, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. So in that verse, no, so it is, let me see which one is that. Yeah, 7th chapter, sorry, 7th canto, 5th chapter, 23, 24. Yeah, you will easily take 1 hour to read, or even, yeah, to absorb and read. It's all about Pada Sevanam. Very, very nicely described, because Pada Sevanam is nothing but deity worship. And Prabhupada very clearly emphasized this Pada Sevanam is for Grihasthas. Yeah. And he was also saying that Grihasthas should go to the temples and do the deity worship. That is their duty. So in that way, there is elaborate explanation of what is Pada Sevanam and what offenses one should avoid. Everything is described. Yeah. So please feel free to read that. There is very, very nice description. What is the importance of Pada Sevanam? Then we are ready for tomorrow, Archanam. Yeah, Ramesh Prabhu, anything you want to add?
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful, great session on greatness of King Dashrath. Yeah. I had the same question as Rishabh Prabhu, but then at the end you answered the Lord answered the question that King Dashrath shouldn't have behaved like that with his, with his mother. I mean, he was
Bharat.
Sorry, Bharat. The way he spoke to his mother. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that was a wake-up call, right? So otherwise, Kaikeyi would be thinking, yeah, she has done good thing.
True, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we think, right, out of, I think this was also the reason why there was this motherly affection, mother sentiment, and mother is always keen to provide what she thinks from her point of view is correct, but it may not be good. There is also in this Valmiki Ramayana also there is example for that. But again, yeah, it's a detail.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Even I was thinking, because every mother wants betterment of her children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, if you allow me 5 more minutes, I think this is very important topic. Our parents always want to give us the best, right? So, but the thing is that when the parents do not know what is the best, they insist on something which is not the best. And what happens is, just like we see there's so many people are joining Krishna consciousness, the parents are absolutely blown off. They're saying, what is happening to these people? We have paid so much, we have made them eligible to become great qualified jobs, etc. But they leave everything and they want to become Hare Krishnas. This is exactly happened here. Bharat wants to serve the Lord. Yeah. Similarly, in every family, there is one who wants to become a devotee, and then the parents are thinking, no, this is not right.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So, and then what is superior? Yeah. So we see that, okay, in this case, we have seen so many examples where, the parents are not devotional, but the child is taking the role of uplifting the whole family and the 3 generations above and the 3 generations later. Just like I think yesterday Rupa was sharing about Indradumna Maharaj mother. Yeah. And we know even in the case of Radhanath Maharaj parents, yeah, we know when the case of Kadam Kanan Maharaj parents. So all the parents, they would see, hey, what is this? Yeah. Similarly here, what happened? They were thinking they want to give a very great life for Bharat, but Bharat had unflinching faith towards the Lord. Yeah, the brother.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So that
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, just one last. Which canto you mentioned, Prabhuji? 7th canto?
7, 5, 23, 24.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. I promise tomorrow won't be so long, but I hope everyone mind, yeah, because we are getting close to the Sri Ram Navami. The more we hear in this, I'm trying to give little also Ramji's prominence as the Lord, not only the um about Hanuman or Mother Sita. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. पञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।